Have you ever wanted to read a letter that was meant for someone else? Have you ever wanted to travel the world but didn't have the time or the money? If so, you are in the right place. Welcome to In My Voice, the podcast where we read letters and share travel stories about places by our guests. I am your host, Bonaheri, and each week I'll guide you through these two different yet fascinating worlds. In the first segment, we'll read letters written to listeners like you about a variety of subjects, from heartwarming stories to heartbreaking experiences. These letters offer a unique perspective on the human experience. Some of them will make you laugh, while the others will bring a tear to your eye. But they all have one thing in common. They are written from the heart. In the second segment, we will embark on a journey to explore the world through travel stories. We'll visit exotic destinations, meet interesting people, and experience the joys and challenges of traveling. Whether you are a seasoned traveler or someone who's always dreamed of seeing the world, you will find something to inspire you in these stories. So, join me every week as we dive into these two fascinating worlds. In My Voice. I promise you won't be disappointed. Subscribe now and don't miss an episode. Hello, voices. Welcome back to the In My Voice podcast. My name is the Boss, Bonaheri, and I am always excited to have you on the podcast. I hope you're doing well and the year is coming to an end for you very well. If it's not, hang in there. We have the new year coming in shortly, so things will be all right. This episode is very special. It's one of those, Okutambula Kulaba. We invite very exciting guests that have traveled all over the world. And today we have someone who has been to very many places. Madam, I should call her Miss. Should I call you Miss?
Nyabo.
Hey, we have Nyabo. Our special guest is Nyabo. He's the CEO of Ntaraza Brand, which is a leading marketing consultancy based in Kenya. And she says that she can do this consultancy work anywhere you are in the world. And trust me, you will enjoy her services. She's a very big travel fan and very adventurous person. She's here to share her love for traveling. From our conversations, she loves traveling solo. I think at some point she's going to be sharing why. Mwanamkasi, welcome to the In My Voice podcast.
Thank you.
How are you and how do you find yourself being in Uganda?
Oh, I'm well. I love being in Uganda because I'm treated so well, so hospitable. People here are nice and kind and so friendly and warm. And I feel like it's always a good time because there's always like an interesting concert or like a party to go to. So I'm definitely enjoying my time here.
You are? You must be because
I'm
every
thriving.
other time, like you've been to Uganda how many times this year?
I think about 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5 times. Oh my God. What makes you so interested in being here all the time?
I think one is because it's not so far.
Yeah.
So I think whatever happens, I can always find my way back home conveniently. So that is number one for me. Number two is, as I said, people here are hospitable. So it's easy for me to just feel comfortable and feel at home. And 3, the food is also affordable, I would say. So I can stay as long as I can or as long as possible. I don't struggle that much because also the standard of living, even though it keeps increasing, the cost of living, but I think it's reasonably affordable as compared to Nairobi, definitely. So it's better for me to stay here longer than to stay in my own city.
What we're going to do is we're going to find a way of making you a citizen, get your national ID.
No, I said no. I've already said no.
All right. Before we dive in, who is Mwanamkasi?
Okay, so my name is Mwanamkasi Juma. I'm a communications and marketing consultant, as you had mentioned earlier. I'm a travel enthusiast. I am focused on impact, so most of the work that I do has to be impactful to the community. Same reason why I'm a Rotaractor. I'm a Rotaractor from Rotaract Club of Youth Zone in Mombasa. I love I love to travel. I love art. I love creativity. Like, I'm a creative. I love to express creativity in different ways. It's painting, pottery. You've seen some of my work.
Yeah.
Yes. So definitely I'm somebody who loves to experience different forms of art and different forms of African culture. That's my vibe. And family is at my core. I love my family.
Awesome. I hope they know how much you love them.
Trust me, they know.
They do. I know you're big on family, and
yes.
I hope you show them as much so that they're like, yeah, we are proud. I don't see them calling you when you're back here.
Because they know my schedule. I call them every morning. I text them preferably every evening. So we have to talk every day. Yes.
Interesting. Now, for every time I have a guest on my podcast, I always ask them to have a quick fire with me.
Okay.
Yeah? Short questions, simple answers. I will not be asking for many explanations.
I hope so.
Yeah? All right. Are you ready for the quick fire?
Yes, let's do this.
Okay. What's the first thing you do when you arrive in a new country?
Either change money or get a line.
Are you a fan of solo travel or traveling with a group?
You know that one. I'm a solo traveler.
I want to ask why.
Because, group travel gives me anxiety. Like, so many things could go wrong. Yeah. Solo trips, I have almost all control, and all forms of decision making are with me. So I know I am the first and the end in this decision making.
Okay.
Yes.
Favorite solo travel destination so far?
Ghana.
You're going to tell us more about Ghana. What's your go-to snack when you travel?
Crepes.
If you could travel with anyone, dead or alive, who would that be?
David Beckham. David Beckham.
Oh, yeah.
You know it has to be David Beckham.
Yeah.
It's David Beckham.
David Beckham. I hope David Beckham knows that there is
Please send this to him.
Yes. Oh
Finally.
my God.
Finally.
Oh, nice. A must-have item you always pack for your trips?
Passport. Apart from my passport,
apart from your documents.
Okay, apart from my documents, my phone charger. Yes, because I feel like even if I lose my phone, I have my charger. So for me, it has to be like I have to stay connected. I really have to stay connected. Yes.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
Ooh, that's a tough one. But I'll have to settle for beaches. Mountains are a struggle. Yeah, because I have to go up, I have to go down. Beach is a walk.
And the girl has to be soft.
Yeah.
The best meal you've had while traveling so far?
Oh, the best meal I have had while traveling. That's a tough one. Because I think I'm not so big on foods. To be honest, I'm not so big on other people's foods.
Yeah.
And that might be because I'm from the coast. But, I can say Dar es Salaam. Dar es Salaam had really nice food. I actually like their street food. So Dar es Salaam's street food was definitely nice. But that was also because it felt homely.
Because it felt coasty.
Yes,
Nice.
exactly.
Window seat or ISO seat on the plane?
Window.
Why?
Because it's the window. I get to see outside. Even though you'll be squeezed, but you get to see outside. And also for content, I get to actually shoot some content.
What's a travel souvenir you never leave a country without?
A handbag.
Have you bought one already?
Yes.
Like, now that means you've been in Uganda 5 times. You have 5 handbags.
I have 4 actually.
Oh, nice. If you could instantly learn one language fluently, what would it be?
French. Please, God, French.
Why?
Because I have to go to Benin next year. So, and Benin is a French-speaking country, so I really need to start learning French. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say because of what's that artist?
Yelevi.
Yeah.
That's extreme. Because of Yelevi, I've already attended his concert, so I don't think there's a need to again learn the language.
I thought she made you fall in love with French.
No. I need to learn French so that I'm able to travel in African countries comfortably.
Okay. Nice. What's the best hidden gem destination you've stumbled upon?
I think Seychelles. Yeah. It's such a cliche, but that country is beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's a mixture of those hilly countries that have really nice mountains and also have the best beaches. So both of them combined, because Seychelles has both hills and hiking areas, and also it has very beautiful beach. Like, it's magnificent. Like, that place, I feel like that is where inspiration for heaven comes from. That is how it looks like. It's so nice.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was all for the quick fire. I hope now you are settled in and ready for
Yes.
a conversation on your travels.
Mm-hmm.
Great. You find yourself in Uganda. You find yourself traveling to different places. Now you're talking about Seychelles, Ghana, Nigeria, very many other places you've been to. Before you started all this, where did you pick your inspiration?
I think I'm just a wanderer. I would say because growing up we also moved around quite a bit. Maybe I might have gotten a bit from that, where we used to move, like literally we live here 1 minute, then after a year or so we are living in another place, then we lived in another place. So I feel like I got that moving up and down from there. And then the other thing would be my curiosity. I don't think I'm satisfied with just seeing and believing my country is all that there is. I want to see what else is going on outside, what else is happening in other countries, and also experience an aspect of different African cultures because we are African.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I come from. My curiosity, definitely, for sure.
How old were you when you went for your first trip?
How old? Like a trip out of the country or a trip in or outside the country? I think I was in my first 18.
18.
Yes.
You decided you wanted to go, or it was a family trip and like, okay, let's go?
No, I decided to go. Some of my friends were traveling to Uganda, actually. It was in Jinja. Yes. So we went. I think we also managed to do, what is it called? Camping at the shores of Lake Victoria.
Yeah.
Yes. But before then, I had done multiple mini trips in the country.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think I started quite early.
Let's start from Kenya. What are those places that you went to? It wasn't family, but you just wanted to travel and explore Kenya and understand your home better than just being in Mombasa.
It has to be like almost everywhere. So, because I've been to Lamu. I think Lamu is so beautiful as well, and the island.
It has to be because I come from there.
Oh yeah. I shouldn't have started with Lamu.
No.
I should have left it.
It is Lamu, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So Lamu, I've done Naivasha, Nanyuki, Nakuru, Elementaita, Wasingishu, Kisumu. Like I've gone to different parts of the country, and also I travel with the national parks. So I say I've gone to this national park, like Masai Mara, which is in Narok, Amboseli, Tsavo, and so on and so forth. Then I also check hills. So Mount Longonot, Mount Kenya, Mount Elgon. I've gone to all those. So it depends with what is there to see. Then I'll be like, okay, yeah, let me check this off my box. Yeah. I travel most in Kenya than in any other place.
Okay. In the places you've been in Kenya, which one would you normally prefer to go to again, and you'd recommend any other person?
So I travel to Malindi, Watamu, and Diani every year. Let it be known that I'm also from the coast. Disclaimer. I am from the coast. So those are the three places, because I love the beach. Yeah. So those are the three places I would always recommend, because easy activities, fun activities, great food. The sun is there. Carry your sunscreen. The sandy beach and the salty water is good for your skin. It cleanses if you have any issues. There's coconut. There's seafood. I mean, who doesn't love seafood? Yeah. So for me, I would always recommend going to the coast.
Malindi,
Watamu, and Diani. Yes.
Nice. Fort Jesus. We in Uganda here learned about Fort Jesus. And recently I was talking to someone and they were asking whether Fort Jesus was named Fort Jesus because Jesus came to the coast. What is special about Fort Jesus?
It's just a fort. That's what's special. I think it's the historic aspect of the fort. So where it is at the shore, it's literally at the shore, like the separation between land and water. That's what makes it special. So you just go in, see all those cannons that were using to shoot people, the ships away, and see the places where the slaves were kept for production, like to continue doing work and so on and so forth. And then just a little bit of history of what goes on, and then just the beauty of the edging of the rocks and the walls and everything in between. So that's what makes it special, I think.
As a person who comes from Mombasa.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. It's nice. I feel like it's nice just to understand your history, but it's just that I don't like how much history is tied to colonialism. That's what usually bothers me quite a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Can you share a memorable cultural tradition you've experienced during your travels out of Kenya?
Out of Kenya, memorable. Let me see. For me, first, it was a bit of a shock to hear Masai speak Swahili. So, I don't know, when I was in Tanzania and then I hear Masai speak such fluent Swahili, you know how that's Tanzanian Swahili?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Like, I don't know what I was thinking, that, the Masais are, our Masais from Kenya, who, they speak however they speak and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But then having that, it was more of a culture shock. Like, oh, wow. Like, I had to listen twice and thrice. And I'm like, this is nice. This is really nice. I think that was memorable for me just to hear that. And then also just, I enjoyed seeing in Mwanza, which was in TZ, seeing the culture of the people back then, whatever they called medicine and what we call witchcraft at the moment, and how much they used to use snakes in their medicine and / wizardry, whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
It depends on the century in which you were born. Yes. So I think for me that was very memorable, just going through everything and seeing it, and the dances, and they had the history of the people who lived for quite a long time and they ended up dying through, again, witchcraft and so on and so forth. I think that was and even the dances with the snakes. Yeah. These days we don't mess around with snakes at all. But back then, people used to, it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that really stuck with me.
Wow. Dancing with the snakes. Would you try?
But I have carried the snakes. I haven't danced to the snake because I don't know the rhythms and all that, but I've carried snakes.
Is that something you'd want to try someday?
Dancing with snakes? No, let's not call me a witch. No, let's not do that.
I would love to get that video and see what we can do. In Uganda here, what we've noticed sometimes when you call yourself a coastal person, and then you advertise and say, I am a doctor from Mombasa.
Yeah.
And then we put the picture of you dancing with a snake.
Oh my God.
It would make us...
But that would definitely blow up. That would definitely blow up. That's a good marketing idea.
All right, let's look at your travels. Have you been out of Africa?
No, I have not.
All your travels have been within Africa. I wanted to compare the countries you've been to. Yeah? Shortly. And tell me which... You already said Uganda was hospitable enough.
Yes.
But among us, all of them, which one is the most hospitable one? And which is the least hospitable one that challenged you a bit?
I think the number one would be Ghana. I absolutely loved and still love Ghana. Yeah. They have my heart, those people. They were very hospitable. They were so kind. And then I think they have this chivalry. Like, they're very, in terms of, like, you don't carry your luggage. Like, as a lady, why are you carrying your luggage?
Yeah.
As a lady, why are you opening your doors? Like, it doesn't work like that. We don't do that here, guys. We don't do that here. So it was so nice. I don't know if it's because I was a tourist or it's just the nature and the culture there. I loved it. And they put please on everything. So I'm sorry, please. What's going on, please? Thank you, please. So it was really nice. For me, number one was Ghana. The least hospitable, I think it has to be... initially, I would have said Seychelles. I think because of my skin color, and I'm not very dark. But I think they're more open to white people as compared to African citizens. I think one I would say because the country heavily depends on tourism. So I think that would be the thing. So because they heavily depend on tourism, then white people pay more, they tip more, and so on and so forth. So they are more welcoming to white people as compared to African citizens. Yes, so for me it would have to be Seychelles. But they do have a law like against robbing and harming tourists. Again, because they heavily depend on tourism. So nothing bad would really happen to you. It's just that it want to be the most hospitable experience.
What inspired you to go to Seychelles?
I mean, it's Seychelles.
So you just... From
that is
the
why.
online blabber about Seychelles and you're like...
Yeah, Seychelles was on my bucket list. It was on my bucket list. So I was like, it was nice to actually be able to go there.
On your list, Uganda falls in which number?
But I've already ticked off Uganda.
So Uganda is...
Oh, the hospitable one.
Yes.
On the list of hospitability. It's interesting because for whatever reason I found Nigeria a bit more hospitable than Uganda. Can you imagine that? Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. I feel like there's so many myths and misconceptions about Nigerians. Yeah. So I think Uganda, let me just give it number 3 because I might want to be in-laws. Give it number 3. So
Okay.
Go there.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
But still, it gives me confidence, the fact that you feel like, you can be in-laws here. And like, yeah. What's the most challenging moment you faced while traveling solo, and how did you change your perspective?
I think it was getting my visa on arrival, getting into Nigeria. My God, it was so challenging. The airport doesn't have internet. It's the Mohammed something airport, their main international airport.
Lagos or?
In Lagos.
Lagos.
Yeah, I didn't land in Abuja. I landed in Lagos. Yeah. So it didn't have working internet. So while I was struggling to get my details, because they leave you to do all your stuff for yourself. So even trying to get assistance, they had to deal with the white people first for, again, obvious reasons, because a white person would tip you and so on and so forth. And you as an African, you have to deal with all your issues by yourself. So I had to get my laptop, so I had to hotspot from my phone to my laptop. Then by the time I got the documents, apparently they were the wrong documents. So I had to start again, but then I didn't have internet now on the second session. So I had to look for a stranger or a kind person to help me with the internet. By the time the whole process ended, like even my luggage had been taken back to the airline, because all the luggage had gone through the belts and everybody had taken everything. Everybody on my flight had already checked through and finished the whole process. I was literally the last one.
Oh.
It was hectic to get that visa on arrival. But trust me, it was worth it. After that, it was worth it. I was like, once you're done, you just forget about it. You go and freshen up and eat and you're done. And you're like, yeah.
And you enjoyed your stay after all.
Yes. Also, it was, I think, because that really taught me patience. Because I felt like everything is just falling apart. I was thinking about my luggage. My luggage could literally disappear. I was thinking about, what if I don't get the visa on arrival? What if you get this and that? And then the pricing might be a bit more expensive and so on. Good thing, of course, if you have your visa card, everything just gets paid and done. And then, we were good to go.
Oh. How did you find Nigeria? Which places were you to? And you're like, I think I love it here, I love it there.
So I toured Lagos, and I think a little bit of the outskirts of Lagos. So I did island and the mainland. And then I also went to the northern part of Nigeria, which is Jos. It's closer to Abuja. So I know a lot of people would be like, Jos is unsafe, because even when I was traveling, the immigration officers and the guys on the flight were like, you're going, you need to be safe, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I think, again, quite a misconception, because Jos felt like home. Because it was giving that, first of all, it has a majority of Muslims there. And then they were mainly farmers. And then the tourist sites they had a national park that was closer to Jos. They had a waterfall, they had a water bodies, and so on and so forth. I found it so nice. They even had a museum. There was a museum and some sort of a park. I don't think it's a park. It's like where they keep animals.
Yeah.
That is not a park. Yes, and it's not a reserve. I don't know what they call it.
It's a zoo, no?
Yes, some type of a zoo. I also wouldn't call it like fully a zoo, but it was like some type of a zoo. Yes, so they also had that. And I really enjoyed my stay there. Everything was so slow, so nice. It was humid. The nightlife was also interesting. The food was decent. We tried the street food. But that is when I got a stomach ache. Oh my God.
From eating pepper?
No, Indomie. Nigeria have this thing with Indomie. They sell Indomie everywhere. They even sell Indomie at the beach. I don't know what it is with Indomie, but they have a thing with Indomie. It's like Rolex here. They have a thing with Indomie. Hey, so I said, because I was seeing it the whole time in Lagos, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do Indomie. I'm not going to try, because it just sounds like a bad idea. But finally, I gave in when I was in Jos. No. I had a stomach ache. All the way till I went back, because I was flying back to Ghana after that. I think it lasted, I don't know how many days. It was bad. Yes, no, I advise for you not to take Indomie in Nigeria. Just give it up. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. But I really enjoyed it.
That is your experience. Do you have anyone else who has complained?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen to me, guys. Just give it up. Don't try that Indomie. It's not worth it. It's not worth your holiday time. Yeah. Because that is how I missed a strawberry farm tour. I was supposed to go on a strawberry farm tour the next day, but I couldn't go because of that. Yes.
It was just your experience, guys. You try. When it happens to you, then you can tell. Because one person doesn't make for...
But let it be the last day. On the day they're leaving or the day before they leave.
What if you fail to leave at all?
Me, literally, I ate it the day before I left.
And then the next day was chaos.
That is, yes, because I had a tour in the morning and then my flight was later in the afternoon. Yes, it was terrible.
Okay. You mentioned Ghana as one of the most hospitable places you've been to. Tell us about your experience in Ghana.
Oh my God, my experience was so beautiful. One, I love them for their culture. Like, I know a number of African countries, maybe they feel like their culture is eroded, but I don't feel that much of it in Ghana. Or also because I come from Kenya and we don't have much of, the culture everywhere in the city where we are from. So I really loved that aspect of Ghana. Like the art, they had quite beautiful art, paintings, graffiti, and then their kentes, their beads, their beading, their attires, how they even carry their kids. I realize African countries, the way they carry their kids on their back is different. Yes, how they tie the lesso. I don't know how other people call it, either the lesso, the kanka, whatever it is. Yes, I really found it the culture bit was really, really intense and I absolutely loved it. And then now the terrains, because them they had, I think I visited quite a number because I've also been there more than once. Yeah. If it is up to me, I would go there every year, literally. And then they have shea butter, they have cocoa butter, they have all those nice things. For me, plus. Wow. So, and then visiting I think Aburi, I don't remember, it was Aburi Botanical Garden, it was Aburi Botanical Garden. That is so beautiful. They even have a helicopter somewhere in there, an archaic helicopter where you can just go in. And then they have this slave tree, I think, where it's carved humans or a human kind of art, which was again really beautiful to see. And then we also had the places where you could go hiking, because we went hiking as well. We went to so it had so many things and waterfalls. I think Ghana has such beautiful culture and such beautiful people, and their fabrics are so colorful. Themselves, they're so vibrant, even though they're a bit loud for my liking. But so
louder than Nigerians?
No, I don't think so. But the only reason Nigeria is loud is because the generator is loud, everything else, the machinery are loud, so you have to speak a bit louder. For real, let me tell you, every reason, there's a reason why people are the way they are in these African countries. That's why you have to travel and see.
You're justifying
the AC. No, the AC is on, the AC is loud. The generator is loud because, what is the electrical company called? They are not giving them electricity, so they have to have their own generator. Then we have the touts, the matatus, everywhere, the taxis. They are loud, they are calling out to people. So how will somebody hear you if they don't shout? Yes, they have to shout.
I need to host a Nigerian and find out, because this is you justifying their loudness. I want to get it from them.
No, I have hosted Nigerians, and at some point I thought they were fighting. They were having a conversation. They were just having a conversation. They were not arguing, nothing. No, they were having a conversation.
I have Nigerian neighbors around here.
Ask them. It's the generator thing, by the way. It's genuinely the generator thing. And all the noise in the environment. So, and then also the population is quite high, so that is why they're a bit extra. So you have to be extra so that you stand out, because otherwise, how will you thrive in the environment? Yeah.
Interesting. So you said you're not so big on food, but I'm going to ask still. Is there a cuisine you've discovered in your journeys that you were so fascinated about and you loved everything about it?
No.
And you had never had it in Kenya out the coast. This is...
Oh my God, let me tell you. No. I feel like, and also because with every traveler, everyone has their thing.
Yeah.
For me, food is not my thing. I love to explore food, but at the end of the day, my taste buds love my home country food. That's just it. Doesn't matter whether we don't put enough spices or we don't put enough proteins, we don't do this, we don't do that. But I have tried, even Ethiopian foods I couldn't eat. I had to be on a diet.
No food you've experienced away from home you would want to carry back home?
No, I'm telling you, no, I'm not carrying anything home.
At a Rolex?
Rolex, no. You guys know. This Rolex of yours that you just put onions just like that, tomatoes, just a cabbage, it's not been fried or anything. I'm here eating like a goat. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, guys. The only thing left is for you to put sweet potatoes in my Rolex. Like, I would not even be surprised. You know, the other day I had chapati and there was milk in the chapati. Yes, they made chapati with milk, and they didn't even ask if I take milk or not. They just gave me the chapati.
And you ate it and like...
I almost puked because I don't take milk. Yeah, so you want me to pick Rolex? No, it's not happening. These Rolex guys are getting too creative and I don't like it.
Oh, wow.
No.
That's... Okay, so if food is not your thing, what do you look out for when you're traveling?
For me, it's culture. For me, it's genuinely culture. Because it takes a whole lot, and that's the thing about traveling that makes it so hard. It takes a lot to get out of your comfort zone and now immerse yourself in somebody else's culture. Because the whole time I'm there, I can't complain about the food.
Yeah.
I just have to maybe say, okay, maybe it's the first day, my taste bud will adjust, second day, third day, because now you're experiencing somebody else's culture in somebody else's home. Not everything is going to be the same, right? You will find that people don't have heaters here in their showers, and now you're wondering, okay, me, I've not spent a day without showering hot water. You get, so it's so many things. So it's just for me, just experiencing, being outside your comfort zone. And I think it's easier because, you know, at the end of the day, you know when your flight back is. Yeah. At the end of the day, you're going to go back home. So in a way, it's just like a small aspect of like getting out of your comfort zone and just experiencing somebody else's culture. And I really love to see African culture. Like, I want to see how people live. Yes, our structure's the same, how our buildings looking like, you know, how is your 8 to 5 every day how is it? Like, how's your public means? Like, what is it? People still use bicycles in some places to carry people. Yeah. So, you know, I want to see people using donkeys, like where you're coming from. That's what I want to experience. The people where they go by boat every single day to work. That's what I want to see. So it's not really like, you know, but food for me,
What's been the most fascinating culture you've witnessed on your travels?
The most fascinating culture, I don't know. But it are Ethiopian culture.
Yeah.
The way they move their neck. They have this dance where they rotate and rotate and rotate their neck. You almost feel like that neck is going to drop off. Like, you would feel dizzy just watching it. I find their culture very interesting. And even the fact that they still wear their white clothes, I don't know what they're called. They still wear their cultural clothes every single day. For us, you'll wear your cultural clothes maybe on a Sunday if you're going somewhere, or Friday or something. But that is how people go to work. That is how people, you know, do their day to day. And I find that really beautiful. Like, their culture for me is absolutely, absolutely lovely. Like, just seeing them. Even it was the same shock in West Africa. Those people wear those African fabric to go to work. As we call them African fabric, can you hear that? Like, how distant we are. We are very far. Eh?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, here we're wearing suits.
Here we are so much immersed into the white people culture.
Unfortunately.
Like, we're looking at the person in the suit is the smartest and more formal. And all
yes.
that.
It even shocks you when you see somebody in African culture going to the office. You're wondering, did they have other plans? But did they have other plans? So it's terrible. But then you see them going to work like that and you're like, oh, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
So, how do you normally choose your destinations? How do you find out, like, okay, this is where I want to go next? What are you always looking out for?
Now I've decided to look at the wonders of the world.
Yeah.
So, like, next year I want to go to where the wonders of the world are.
Yeah.
Yes, so that was my next criteria. But for now, before, I was just looking at, which country do I want to go to? Like, and then I just select and go, like, up and go. That's just how I was looking at it.
Do you have friends in these places that you visit, or you just wake up and say, I'm going?
I am just vibing and inshallaing my way through life. Yes, I don't. Most of the time, even when I visit a country that I have friends, I don't even holler at them, because if you didn't tell them prior, why do you want to interrupt their schedule? Yes. So I don't like to bother people.
Wow. That's interesting, because I'm thinking, so you just woke up one morning and like, I think I'm going to go to Uganda.
Yes.
And have fun. I'm not calling anyone. I'm just going. Don't you feel any sense of there is insecurity? It's a new country. It's not your home.
Yeah, actually, that aspect mainly I sympathize with my parents. Because genuinely, I sit down and think about it. If I had a child like me, that every month, like this year, every month I've been somewhere. it's like a piece of your heart is just moving up and down, not thinking about security issues and what. It's quite scary.
Yeah.
And I feel like I am more cautious because of my parents. So now I have to think safety. What is that I can do? Like, do I know where the Kenyan embassy is? Is like, if I lose my passport here, what's the process of going back to my country? What level of identification do I need? And so on and so forth. So I usually consider that mostly because of my family, because I have to understand I'm not just a solo human being just moving up and down. That people who care about me, that people who will look for me, So I land, I say I've landed, hotel, I say this is where I'm staying. This, in case of anything, my family have contacts for the people that they can reach out to. So my friends should be warned because their contacts are known.
Shared.
Yes, and have already been shared. So yeah, I try to be as cautious as possible because of my parents. But yeah, sometimes you get anxiety. You definitely like, oh my God, what if? Because now you have to think, what if I lose my flight? If I don't catch my flight, what if this happens? I have to pay extra, I have to do this. If they don't hear me, they don't understand me. But I try, make sure the hotel picks me up at the airport, or they know my arrival time, then they drop me off. Anything that would make it safer, I do my best to do it.
Have you ever experienced a situation where you actually needed, that was an emergency to you, maybe losing a document or your luggage on your travels?
No. Hey.
So for you, have experienced the best solo travel experience?
I wouldn't say the best. Like sometimes the luggage delays, but I haven't lost it. Yes, like I haven't lost it completely. But I do always think about it. So in my backpack, I have to have an extra outfit, 1. And then 2, I have to have miscellaneous cash so that I'm able to buy the basics like leggings, tank tops or t-shirts when I'm in that country in case anything happens to my luggage. But my identifications are always with me. Yeah.
You talked about you being in Uganda 5 times this year and many other times before this year. What are those places that stand out for you in Uganda that when you come to Uganda, you're like, I think I've enjoyed this place, I can go back to this place? Or you can recommend someone who is not in Uganda and never been to Uganda to go to?
Java House. I recommend Java House.
Oh, God.
Oh my Lord, no. I went to the mosque the other day, the Gaddafi mosque.
The National
Mashallah,
Mosque.
yes. If you're a Muslim, I highly recommend that. It has a beautiful view of the hills.
Yeah.
Yes, the 7 hills. Uganda is mainly 7 hills, right?
Yeah.
How they're subdivided. I got the whole history tour, and mashallah, the mosque is beautiful.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. Which other place? The Entebbe Zoo is not terrible. It's nice. I also enjoyed a little bit of the serenity of the beaches in Entebbe. Ginger, the water rafting, and so on and so forth. I also enjoyed the Queen Elizabeth National Park in Kasese. That one was actually nice.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was surprised. I didn't expect much, but it was nice. I come from Kenya. The national parks there are like nowhere else. So, I think those ones are really nice. I recommend for people to come and check them out. In Kampala, try the nightlife because that is all they will tell you there is in Kampala. Try the nightlife. If you're a nightlife person, there's Rolex.
You've done rock climbing.
Oh, yeah, I've
You
done rock
went
climbing.
to
It was
Munyonyo.
nice.
Come on,
Yeah, rock climbing was nice. Munyonyo is also nice. But you see now, when I went to the Mataya, it just felt a bit intrusive.
Yeah.
Because religion barrier. Like, I'm a Muslim. I didn't feel like I could go to all those places because it felt sacred for them. And I'm also sure they also feel like it's a sacred place.
Yeah.
I don't know how non-Muslims feel when they go into the mosque, but also they're like, you're feeling like a bit, you don't want to disrespect somebody's anything because you don't know where to step, you don't know where not to step, you don't know, where to go, what to touch, what not to touch. So yeah, if you're somebody who is a Christian, definitely the Mataya areas, I highly recommend. They looked really nice, really, really nice. And then also I think I like Kampala for the peace it gives me. And please don't try the traffic because it will definitely not give you peace. It's just a very nice place to just come and chill and decompress. Yeah. But the rock climbing was perfect. I loved the rock climbing. Even the pottery classes was nice.
You did pottery.
Even the painting on the tote bag, I did it here. Yes. It was also really nice.
Have you done pottery in Kenya?
Yes. Multiple times.
Yeah, that's good. Now, what's your experience? Because when you're around here, you've had your fair share of experience on the border. How do you find that experience with boda bodas in Uganda?
Literally, when I was coming here, they told you the boda guys said that they don't want to get the boda dirty.
Yep.
So they made me get off the boda. So I had to walk my way here. Boda guys here don't care. They don't care about you. They really don't care about you. I don't even know why they're in the business. I think they just need to find a way to keep busy. That's what they are doing. But boda guys here don't care about you at all. You're not their priority. You just have to get into the program. And I feel like because I've used boda in Kampala, I can use boda in any place in the world. Because this place here, they are wild. Wild. I don't know. Like, you guys should have boda racing of some sort.
Why?
Because so that they can earn money. Because this is a talent. What they're doing here is talent. No way, it's not a talent.
Compare bodas here in Kenya.
Like, boda Kenyans are nothing. Compared to here. Here, in Kampala City. No, this will want to kill me. I'm telling you. For real. No. Like, somebody will just tell you, okay, get off. I'm from cleaning my boda. I don't want to get it dirty. So what are you going to do? How are you going to use your boda if it doesn't get dirty? Please make it make sense for me. Hey, no.
Okay. In all the countries you've been to, I want to get some comparison from you on the services at the airport. Because I've had complaints. Most people, when they're in a new place, are like, the airport here, oh my God, this was the worst experience I've had. The services were bad, Which airport gives you vibes of like, this is what an airport should be like?
I don't know. Maybe I have to try those international airports, like the ones outside Africa. Because I feel like in Africa, every airport has its own
challenges.
Yes. Yes. As I said, in Nigeria, the airport barely had internet. And then I don't know which country where the airport you have to keep logging in. Why do I have to keep logging in into the Wi-Fi? Just give me one time. But no, they have to. I think it expires in like 30 minutes or like 20 minutes. So you have to constantly renew. What is it? Like a renewal bundle?
Because they don't want you to be there and download movies.
So I wanted to download, I'll download in the 20 minutes. But I need connection. So every time I have to, again. And then like in Rwanda, I remember in Rwanda, they didn't make us remove our shoes. So that was nice. I was about to remove my shoes. They were like, no. Like, what kind of a cake place are you from? We don't do that here. So I didn't remove my shoes. That was nice. But then like the airport in Kigali felt like a bus stop. Because we left and I was like, is it over? You know, not in other places. In Kenya, the airport, you have to drive. And then now you've arrived at Terminal A. You have to look for where Terminal D is because now you get it's massive. Or it's big, it's not massive. But in other places, even here, you know, your airport has potholes. I'm wondering where? Where did we leave the airport? No, we are still in the airport. Or why does it have potholes? Even sometimes somebody can get in without checking. I'm telling you, this place, the airport here, it's a joke. So you have to ask yourself about security issues. But now that I've seen that repairing it looks a bit better the last time I used it.
Yeah.
So there's progress. But every place is different. Especially after Corona, after COVID. Yeah, people had to up their security, health checks, and so on and so forth. So things changed up a bit after that. Yeah, but they're decent.
As a business person, as a consultant in marketing, how do you find our different dynamics when it comes to business marketing?
Something I've noticed most recently, there's these YouTube ads for Ariel. And what is this? The one that they have Lulu Hassan. Lulu Hassan is a Kenyan, TV host. She's a TV host. She's a movie producer. She owns a couple of shows, mashallah. She's in the industry where she does this ad for, I think, either one of these detergent companies or something. I'm surprised how somebody just went and did a voice-over of the ad. And they just put the voice. Not even the voice of Lulu Hassan, another person, because the original ad is for Lulu Hassan. And they put the voice of, and that is what is playing on YouTube. So you want to tell me the brand, the company, did not have the money to make a new production, even if it was the same concept, it's fine, but just have a different person, a Ugandan, come and speak in Luganda and walk and do the whole thing and then finish. Like, it puzzles my head. The same thing for Ariel. The soap, I don't know, here they call it Omo soap. I think any powder soap is Omo soap, right? So I'm like, so they couldn't get somebody else to just literally do the ad in the native language here. They just decided to take a voiceover and upload it as is. Like, you can even see the lip, whatever, is not working.
It's not syncing.
Yes. Like, what's the problem? I'm sure it's not the budget.
Yeah, it's not. Maybe someone just doesn't know their work.
And it's been running. I've been playing YouTube songs. It's been running almost every time. It's the same 2 ads. And I think that's where the problem is. And then also the other thing here, I don't know if you guys don't have digital banners and actual billboards. Even when there's a concert, they have this karatasi. What's this thing? The
Flyers.
Material, flag. No, the flag material.
Yes.
Where they just write whatever is coming up and they put it up. Is it that we don't have billboards? Is it that we don't have also the digital billboards for proper ads or something of that? I think they don't. In Kenya, there's so much maximization and utilization of above the line marketing that people use for so many things. And they even have the ones that they're in the cars where they move around, just the board.
So, in the same line of business, how has traveling impacted the way you approach life and business, particularly when it comes to understanding the different cultures?
I think for me, I've worked in different sectors and I've also worked with people from different countries. So my work itself has helped me. It's been like a symbiotic relationship. Has helped me understand people's cultures different because I've worked with people within different African cultures and I've also worked with people internationally in the States, in Europe, Francais, so I'm able to understand other people's cultures, maybe even prior to travel. And also my travel has made me also understand people's cultures better. So when I'm interacting with them at work, I already have an understanding a little bit of how these people behave. Yeah. So being able to work in different African countries and also, because I do communications, I don't just do communications for Kenya. So I do communications for like different West Africa, South Africa, and Eastern Africa. Yes. Okay. So both of them, symbiotic relationships. They've both helped the other one. Yes. Okay,
so I want to go back to like your choices, how you make these decisions. If someone is considering their first solo trip, what cultural lessons would you give them? Tips on what to expect and how to handle this culture shocks that we get when we go to other countries?
I think one, minimize your expectations. Depending with where you're coming from, just minimize your expectations. Just know this is not your home. Things are going to be different. Yeah. There's African time, but then even the African time has Kenyan time, has Ugandan time, because I've realized Ugandan time is 3 hours after Kenyan time. And then Nigerian time is 6 hours after Kenyan time. So everybody has their own level of lateness, their own level of meals, and so on and so forth. So just know this is not your home. Keep that in mind. This is not your home, right? And then two, be open-minded to experience things. Because sometimes you're so afraid that you've never done this before that you don't even want to try it at all. Yeah. Just throw caution to the wind and just try something new. For me, that is what I would say. And then 3, make Google your friend. And not Google when you arrive, Google before you go. Because sometimes you get there, there's no internet. Sometimes you get there, there's no network. So download the offline map. I should have said that. Yeah, I usually download the offline map ahead of time. Yeah. I check which hotels, if I'm going to pay cash or if I'm going to book prior and so on and so forth. So just check all those things and then use your location. Before you go, if there are places you want to visit, check from your hotel to that place, how far is it? Do proper research. Don't put anything, don't take anything aside. But most importantly, remember, you're on vacation. Yeah. Don't let anyone stress you. You can stress yourself, but don't let anyone stress you. This is not the office. Other people can stress you. No, this is your vacation. You should ruin your own day. Don't let anyone else ruin it for you.
Do you normally turn your phone off so that people don't disturb you?
No, my parents would. You want to give my parents an attack? No. No, I'm already stressing them enough. I don't turn my phone off. Yeah, but even if I went on flight mode, I tell my family, this is how you can reach me or something of that sort. Yeah, but this time my phone screen went out twice. And I wasn't, but I have my family's phone numbers offhand. So I just call them with somebody else's number. Yeah, and let them know what's up.
How do you normally prep for these travels? Both financially and then mentally?
So I have a monthly, a yearly budget and a monthly budget. So, and then I have local trips and international trips. International trips are outside the country, right? So I consider like accommodation would be at least $25 a night. I plan everything in dollars, not in Kenyan shillings or even in the other countries, whatever amount. No, always plan with a flat rate. You can use pounds, you can use whatever you want, but just have a flat rate of whatever. So, and then per year, I would spend, if you want to spend $2,500, $2,000, you decide for yourself. Then now pick the countries you want to go to. So the money that is in, everything is budgeted in dollars, but not all the money will be in dollars because there are some local trips like within the country that I would make, either with family or with friends. So then that would be in Kenyan shillings, and then this other one would be in dollars. So I convert all my cash in dollars, and then now I travel to the other countries when I convert the dollars back. That's why people always ask me, "You are just coming to Uganda, why do you have dollars?" But this money was converted a long time ago. So sometimes you realize if anything crosses over, like right now, if I finish the year, I might have an extra of about $500 that I did not spend this year. So that goes to that.
Next year's budget.
Yes. So I usually have at least something, like at the end of the year, I also have like 60K Kenyan shillings, 60,000 for now for my local trips. So that I start the year, even if the year starts with a struggle, I am confirmed that I would be traveling, because now traveling is a basic need. You struggle all you want, but struggle while you're traveling. That's just the thing. So just make sure financially you've prepped year after year, because again, it's become like if it's a priority, it becomes like a lifestyle. And then now mentally, it's a lot of prayers, a lot of tahajjud. That's because, hey, you know, sometimes you can go crazy just thinking, oh, what if? Yeah, the roads are crazy, the flights are mad, airports, you know, things happen. So for me, it's just a whole lot of prayer and a whole lot of exercise. The week before, I walk to prep myself. Like I walk like an hour and a half every day, 90 minutes every day to prep for my trip, because you know you're going to maybe have fun, you're going to be hiking. Mostly I hike, I visit places. So I have to be fit to be able to do those things. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. That's quite some experience, and I'm sure people are learning from, and some new knowledge. Now, I want to be specific. In all your travels, is there one thing you've learned that you've implemented in your life, or you would want to implement from the travel, and you're like, oh my God, I was here and this was new. Yeah, I would like to do this, or I would love to see this back home.
I think because sometimes you sit and think maybe all the art you see or the souvenirs could be like a business idea and you want to carry them back home. But I'm too lazy. I'm not going to lie. I'm too lazy to start another business idea. So I'm always seeing it and I'm like, oh, this would be really nice. But then that's all. Like, it's mostly in the creative process for different countries, because different countries create different things. And you're like, oh, wow, this would be such a great idea for back home because we don't have this. But then I don't have capacity as the baby girl that I am to start creating another business idea, because I wouldn't be able to sustain it. And then you have all these international relations and taxes and border, whatever. For me, it's a no. But I have seen quite a number of creative ideas and I'm like, oh, wow, this is really nice. This is really beautiful. Yeah. But the biggest lesson for my travel is people's days are different. Whatever is normal to you, another person has never experienced it. You see how you're waking up, or you have to dress up, you have to go to work, you have to come back home, or you wake up and you have online meetings and so on. There's somebody who has never experienced that and will never experience that, and they're living a beautiful life. They're genuinely living a beautiful life. So you're there thinking, oh yeah, this is normal for everyone, and that has been the biggest shock that I'm still synthesizing, because I can't imagine that this life is not the same. Like, it's not the same. And they're living well. I'm jealous. I'm genuinely very jealous. Yes.
That's a nice one. Now, for my listeners that are in Kenya, that have not traveled within Kenya, which places would you tell them, but hey, able visit a place, you'll have fun?
Imagine that I once in a national park. They should just go to Nairobi National Park. And I don't even know why they waited until the fees increased. They could have gone before the fees increased. What are they waiting for? They could have started with national park. But the thing about Kenyans travel. Kenyans travel locally. Kenyans travel. I genuinely believe Kenyans travel. Like the tourism in Kenya is booming, and I think it's doing well, especially after COVID. People did the whole local tourism campaign, and the people have gotten used to the lifestyle of traveling. So for me, I would say definitely visit Nairobi. There are different places. There's Elephant Orphanage, there's Giraffe Center, there's the national parks, there's Kina Olulua, whatever, nature trails, there's Ngong Forest nature trails, there's Karura Forest, and they are the outskirts of Nairobi, places in Kiambu, Rongai, where they have waterfalls and different places to visit. And then they even have the gun range, the states people go to shoot guns. Absolutely, go to Lukenya, do the bike rides and so on. Like, just start within your space, and then now start pole pole. You can do Nanyuki, Nakuru, Naivasha, Elementaita. You can cross the border here and there. You can go to the coast. You can go to Voi. Machakos even has beautiful places to see. Yeah, like Kenya, that's what I'm telling you. Kenya is massive. I travel every year to a different place, but I haven't finished.
Do you think Kibera qualifies to be somewhere?
Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
I just want to know.
Why are you like this? But Tengeneza Kibera these days, they are making it.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Like,
hi guys.
Why are you being defensive?
Hi guys. So, this is tourism na Kibera imengiliana wapi na wapi?
First tell us about Kibera.
Kibera is a nice place. Nice place for character development, for business opportunities. Yeah, it's a nice place and it's growing these days.
I didn't insinuate otherwise.
And they even have Mirinda. By the way, that's the place where you can find Mirinda. Here in Kenya, we don't have all these drinks you guys have here. We don't, yeah. But they have it there in Kibera.
So, everyone should go to Kibera and take some
That's
Mirinda.
not what I said. I've just said you can find it there. I've not said, go to Kibera and find Mirinda. No. Hey, usitume watu places jawatuma.
All right, please, if you want to go to Kibera, go to Kibera. If you want to go to Rongai, it's okay, it's allowed. Someone was complaining lately that Rongai is one place no one should be to because of the traffic and all that.
Fab.
Yes, but yes, go to wherever you have to go. Visit the places and experience whatever it is you can experience in these places. For me, I will take one thing to be specific is wherever you go, lower your expectations.
Yeah, it's not your home.
It's not your home. Just enjoy it.
Especially Kenyans.
Yes. We have a high expectation.
Especially Kenyans.
Message imefika.
Yeah, we are used to systems working, but systems don't work everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere is not Kenya. So please take a back seat and enjoy what you find in these new places.
Exactly.
Any parting shots, Mwanamkasi?
Parting shots. Oh my God. You have one life. Don't allow the one life to be boring. You shouldn't just live in one way. Try to explore, get out of your comfort zone a little bit. Try something new whenever you can. They say every year, visit a place you've never been. Yeah. And I don't just mean your grocery store. Just literally live and visit a place you've never been. And just, explore, find some adventure. And it will be beautiful. For me, it's just like live life on your terms and live life on happy terms.
And find a Ugandan man.
No, not for keeps. You can find, but not for keeps. Finding is not the problem. It's for the keeps. Ugandan
men, pray. Thank you so much.
But they're good. Don't let it here say, oh no, you're gonna... No. Ugandan men are good people. Before your in-law starts listening to this and it's like, what did you say about Ugandan men? The Ugandan men are nice people.
No comments. I plead the fifth. Dear listeners, thank you so much for staying tuned to this episode up to the end. Thank you so much, Mwanamkasi, for accepting to be on the podcast. I am hoping that Ugandan men are going to appreciate what you've said about them here because you said they're good people. And for the rest of us, we're going to enjoy the episode and learn a lot of things from Ghana, Nigeria, Seychelles, and all the places in Kenya and Uganda. I hope we have a thing or two you've learned and we are ready to explore. Thank you so much. Until next time, this is Okutambula Kulaba on the In My Voice podcast, and I am Bwana Harry.